Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Mid-Vancouver Island Real Estate Market Update. I'm Debbie Simmonds with eXp Realty. This report is for the week of May 24th and encompasses the last 7 days of this market area, which is Crofton, Chemainus, Saltaire, and Ladysmith. It was a very quiet week. The long weekend was extremely quiet. The weather was a little bit off, so activity was down. The other thing about this week is that our market, I'm going to go straight to the hot sheet immediately because the numbers tell a story. Okay, so here's our hot sheet. Now, normally we have 3 pages of hot sheets, and we see here there's only 2 pages. So the number of transactions are down about 30%. I know you can't read this, but just ask me, send me an email or call our office and we'll send you this out. There's several people now on our mail out list Monday morning to receive this and see for themselves in detail what the market activity was. So there are 50 new listings starting from a lot at $299,000 right up to $3.8 million waterfront property on Bear Point in Chemainus. Only 10 new sales. So proportionately, it's been one-on-one all spring long. Well, now it's down 33% proportionally to the new listings. So that's going to mean that not all of the new listings are immediately selling like they were. Not as many multiple offers either, and the multiple offers are having fewer offers coming to the table. This is about a 3-week trend now, but it's getting a little deeper, this trend. There were 10 new sales, starting with a $300,000 lot up to a $950,000 newer home on Colonial Drive in Ladysmith. Only 5 properties changed hands this week. So the numbers are coming down, 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 and these numbers are telling the story. Things have changed here all of a sudden. The frenzy's gone off the market. The market's taking a little bit of a rest right now. Good news for buyers. Yes, good and bad. Good and bad news, completely bad news for sellers in terms of, that frenzy isn't there. But everything is still selling, just not at that frenzy pace. But as for buyers, yes, they can get in a little more. However, the government just made it more difficult for them to borrow. So what has happened is that as of June 1st, we were anticipating this. I've been talking to you about it in the last 4 broadcasts, that the lending regulations are going to be much tougher coming June 1st. Well, on Friday, the Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institutions, who report directly to our finance minister, and they immediately adopt what's usually what's been advised, have done so. So as of June 1st, these regulations now take effect. The shocking part of this is it's going to affect both insured and uninsured mortgages, which is not what we had anticipated. So that's going to be new shock to the market, and we're seeing it in the numbers right now. So that, it's going to cause a contraction of the market. It causes an immediate economic contraction because people can't afford to purchase the asset anymore. So, in these real estate the stock market is anticipated to correct between 5 and 10% over June, July, August. So, they're always usually in sync. And so that's exactly what's happening right now as we speak. We've been talking about it for a few weeks now. It is happening. We see it in the numbers, and it's good and bad news. If you're a buyer, that's great. If you don't need to borrow, it's really good news if you don't need to borrow. However, the first-time buyers are taking the kick again, and here's what happens. The first-time buyers can't get into the market, so then they can't buy the homes that people are upsizing into, and then those people can't sell their homes, and then the ones who want to downsize can't either. It just goes right up and down the whole chain of the market. Before June 1st, if your purchasing power was $500,000, after June 1st, it's only $450,000. And then the other thing is our taxes are incredible. So let's say it's a $554,000 new condo. There's GST to be paid on that. There's $9,000 worth of property transfer tax, your lawyer's fees, this is GST, and et cetera, et cetera. So there's $40,000 of new taxes on new condos roughly. And now BC has gone with this BC 5-step net zero building code, which will add up to approximately $50,000 in extra incremental costs to the build of, say, one single condo unit. And so who can afford that? You know, so this is all affecting the market. You know, affordability is now just out of reach because of all of these factors pushing it higher. And now people can't even get into the market. So it's a bit of a double whammy. So that's what happened this week in the market. It probably will be like this maybe throughout until midsummer. We'll see. We'll follow it weekly. I'll update you with reports weekly to let you know what the activity is doing. But this is the new norm. And we saw it slowly rolling in over the last 3 weeks. And now it is here. It's upon us. We see it in these numbers. I'll always do a featured business of the week, and the Chemainus featured business this week is Hansel and Gretel's Candy Store on Willow Street in Chemainus. If you haven't been there, it is a fantastic place. It's a very fun place. You feel like a kid again when you go there. It's beautifully appointed, beautifully decorated, and there's always a nice note on the front door from the witch as to what's going on that week. They have high-end chocolate in there. They have old-fashioned candy that you can't buy anywhere else, like the old-fashioned pink elephant popcorn and chalk. If you haven't had chalk, that's an experience. You got to try a piece of chalk. Anyway, it's a great place. So if you haven't checked it out, go in and check it out. And please don't forget to go to my Facebook page, my Simmonds Lifestyles Real Estate Group page, because every week I give away a $50 gift certificate to a Chemainus business. So thanks very much for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Debbie Simmonds, eXp Realty, 250-246-0708. Please call me with all of your real estate needs. Professional, caring, kind.